Hello, my name is Ben. Welcome to the Micro Soaring Show. Today on a beautiful Tuesday. And yeah, today in the morning we just start together with an iPhone X, which was mailed in by another customer because he needs the important data out of his iPhone X. He had a water damage. He mailed the phone to another repair company and they couldn't fix that. They told him he had a NAND damage and it would be not repairable. So now the phone is here and we have to take a look if we can fix that problem. So I take the phone out of the box, I give you a ride to the on-hands camera, and that's the phone like it was mailed in. Looks like that. And we have to see what's the problem here. Okay, somebody already worked on that. You can see that the sticker here has a cut. Okay, so somebody perhaps tried to fix the board. So nobody was working here on the NAND because the original glue sticker is over it. The GPS antenna wire is not connected. Okay, let's see what about that phone. Here there's a SIM tray in. Okay. By the way, I'm back to the iPhone 11 Pro. I just mailed my iPhone 12 Pro back to Apple, and I bought an 11 Pro again because the 12 Pro was really not good. I didn't like that. Okay, let's see under the microscope if we can see something there. Okay. Looks like somebody already worked on that. Okay. Yeah, somebody already worked on that. What's that? What about these connectors? What the hell? Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do here. At first I want to see for the value on power supply. So connecting that. And what I see is nothing. What I see is nothing, just struggling 100 milliamps, 50 milliamps, no boot. Okay. Then let's see what we can do in this case. What we can do in this case is just at first taking off the top layer board. The problem in this case is that the people mostly want to save money. They mail devices to that company where they see the best price at the internet, or they call there and they say, oh, it's no problem, 100 euro. This is not a 100 euro job, people. This is a job which you can think about 500 euro, and then you will get your data safe. But if you want to save money, it's always more expensive later then, okay? So at first we have now to separate that board. Done. And before I do anything, we just check the board. Do we see any solder balls? No, it doesn't look bad. Okay, but we see this side. And on this side we need 2 new FPCs. That's the first thing I want to do here now. What the heck did they do here? I can't understand. Really, I have to take some pictures about that. One. Two. And you see we have enough solder under it. That's pretty okay. So now we just need a donor board. So this looks pretty okay, I think. Now we need a donor board for the iPhone X. This looks pretty okay. Okay, here's already an FPC missing. I have so many boards here. So we have an XS here. The XS should have the same connectors. Okay. So we gently take out the connectors. Being fast is the key for safe remove. Hey, come on. Good. It's straight, it's okay. So now we just take board where we're working with. Just do some flux on here and on here. Now we place the connector. Like this. Come on, don't walk. It started to walk. Not a problem. Okay, fixed, looks good. And the next one, just some of flux here. Placing the connector. And should be okay. Now just some contact cleaner. Control the sides. Okay. 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 So what I just want to do here is pushing a little bit down here. Oh no! No. So my fault, I have to redo that. I could take only the Klammer. I don't know in English, but this was my fault. This was my own fault. But things like this can really happen. So normally I'm always very fast on things like that, and I want to be fast because I want to use too much heat for too long time. But in this case I have to do it again, no problem. So I just take a new one out of a Dana board. Perfect. Now we need the board. Now we can do a picture, which I forgot before. So every move has his face. Okay. Come on. Just go down here. Okay. He wants to fly away, baby, but not a problem, come to me. It's early in the morning. Nobody is in here, so nobody can see that. Except you, baby. Waiting a short time, and then we will have a solder connection to the bottom. Yeah, and all will be fine. This looks much better than before, but I want to use some more flux. Okay, great. This is perfect. Really. Okay, back to the video. So, this looks really perfect. You see now the connector is completely straight. This one is straight too. Pins were connected at this area. Here, this area, I will add some solder. Yeah, I will add some solder here. Waiting for the JBC until it turns on now. That's just for me. I think some other technicians now wouldn't do any more solder here, but for me it's like I always want to see a perfect result, okay? And if I see that the amount of solder at some points should be a little bit more, I just add some. And I take it and move it from the left to the right. So a little bit more. Great. And you see it looks more beautiful now, because the connection gets more better to the bottom. And if we are fast now and use the heat which the board has now, you can just add some here. It's only a little small amount on some points. Like here, and here. And now for the last time, some air. Now my JBC doesn't want to work anymore. Okay, my JBC stopped working. And now it's only optical because it's finished. You can be faster like at the first FPC you saw. But it's okay. I just want to see perfect result, that's all. Done. Ready, steady, go. So the next thing I want to check is here, but this looks pretty okay. Yeah, I just thought I saw something here, but this was pretty okay. Cleaning well. Wiping. Seeing perfect result. Okay. Now I want to do a quick test. Was the board just not right connected between the sandwich before, or do we got another problem? This is what I want to check now. And for that I just want to use a jig. So, bottom board. Frame adapter. Top layer board. Flex cable, and we need a screen. I'll just take another one here. So screen, connect. The click sounds good if I connect the screen into the FPC. Now connecting the cable and booting up the device. And we can see that we still have the same issue. Okay, jumping numbers. Jumping numbers on power supply. What I think is that they overheated the board on the previous repair attempt. And I just want to check something. Okay. This looks pretty good. So in this case, I just give you to the microscope cam. I'm pretty sure that we can solve the issue. And what's the problem with that fixture here? Okay, I understand what's the problem. Now it's much better. Okay, no more move. See here? Yeah, the underfill is really loose at the sides. Normally it's harder to get it out. So that's a typical sign for a disconnected CPU, and the numbers on power supply are a typical sign for that too. So do we get the path to the important data on this iPhone 10? Let's check that. What do you think? Just give me a comment. Can we get a path to the important data on this phone? Or has the shop before already did something which makes us impossible to get the data? We will see. What I have to take here is just something to cover the power IC. And then let's see what we can do. Okay, done. Do you see that? It looks amazing. But what can we see? You need to learn what can you see on pictures if you take off the CPU. Normally, if you take off the CPU, you have a lot of clues sticking on the CPU. But if the board was badly overheated before, often the clue isn't sticking on the CPU, and what we see here is just a lot of disconnections on the CPU. Okay, you see here, these bolts weren't connected anymore from the CPU to the board, and this is the problem why we had these jumping numbers. So you can see it in all these points. It's important to learn how to see that. I will make a picture for Instagram. Just to tell people how to read a CPU from the opticals, from its look. Now we just need to take some paste and clean the bottom of the board. And you see what I do here is just taking off solder and cleaning the board in one easy step. Okay. Now it's all about cleaning the CPU and all the CPU area on the board, in the whole corners and edges. Just like if you clean your kitchen. Go over all the areas. Like this. And then take a brush for cleaning and do the rest of the cleaning. Okay. Like this. A little bit more flux. And then we can go on. The cleaning process always takes a lot of time if you do it in the right way. So you can clean your kitchen fast, or you can clean it good and gently. Same here. Okay. Now we just take the hot air and cleaning well again. turn the board. Clean the areas. Take off the underfill, so you have enough space for sitting down the CPU. That is really important, because you need to sit the CPU in without having problems on aligning. And you have to get enough space around. So that should be pretty enough. Now we had some more solder here, and some more solder here, some more solder here. And after that we are finished with cleaning the board. Then we control the value of the board, we clean the CPU, we reboot the CPU, and we can set it back to the board. So that's the plan. 1 point here needs to be flat. Here the same. Same. Okay, cleaning. Having a look that all the pads are flat. Okay. One cap missing here, but not important for data recovery job. Looks good, in my opinion. Okay, controlling the value. That's important, controlling the value. So connecting and controlling and perfect. So 4 milliamps, 3 to 4 milliamps, it's perfect. And now it's all about cleaning the CPU, and we don't need to do much here because the CPU has only a little bit of glue on it. And you see that we had some cold solder here. And you can see the cold solder areas really good because it's here, here, here. We just were disconnected in these areas, okay? So it's all about taking enough of flux fresh wick and solder. You can see here how easy the glue goes away. That's just an overheated CPU. Doesn't want to work. So at first is getting solder right onto the CPU, taking off the old solder. Okay, so we have some lower melting solder on the CPU now. Now it's taking off the glue, using some fresh flux again. Sometimes the wick just doesn't want to do that what I want to do. So I need a bigger ball. Don't want to spend too much time here. Okay. Brush. And now it's all about gently taking off the glue which we have here. So, and we want to be really gently to the CPU because we need the important data out of it. taking off, cleaning and reballing directly. Then getting back to the board and booting the board. Taking fresh towel, some air, having a look, looks pretty okay. And now it's just taking a stencil, the right one for the A11. So we have to search. We have to search again if we have a stencil for the A11 here. But we have. Good morning. Here we have stencil for A11. It's clean and we can go on. Good morning, Mr. Andy Handy. Oh, perfekt. Wie ein König. Wahnsinn. So, and now it's all about reballing that CPU, getting it back to the board and see if we can get a path to the important data on this phone. So, okay, as you can see, I just take some paste, get it into the stencil. Going over, clean with the wipe, take tweezers, and then hot air. Circle to heat up the stencil, then start at one edge and reball that beautiful A11 CPU. Going over all the areas to melt the solder. Stop and just take some contact cleaner, going over through, lifting up the stencil, see a perfect result like this. Having a look, and you see that is just beautiful. Now just another more flux, hot air, quick reflow. Done, and we are in the game. We can now sit the CPU to that board. It's looking beautiful. Just want to do another picture. that iPhone 11 Pro Cam is just the killer. And I hated the 12 Pro for its pictures. Control again. If the board is clean in all the areas, can we sit down the CPU here? Yes, we can. Control the CPU. Is it clean in all the areas? I see a little point of dirt at one here. Okay, I just want to remove that. Oh no. So there is some more dirt, you see. So if you see dirt, it's always like clean that dirt. It's important. You see? Dirt. It was falling down, and after that I had dirt. Some tiny pieces here. Now it's pretty okay, I think, and we can just add flux again, and then we can get it back to the board. Just melt them bolts again. And now we go back to the board by just using another nozzle. Taking the board like this. Okay. Taking the CPU. Placing the CPU. I think it looks good like this. And now we sit back the CPU to the board. Move the air and wait until you can see the fluxes coming out at the sides of the CPU. Done. Wait a short time for cooling down and then we can just do a test run. Can you see them bolts here? Looks like well connected. Okay, cooling down for a short time at the dust absorber. Going straight to the on-hands camera. Pushing down the board like this. Then we take a screen for tests. Connecting the screen. Connecting power supply. And booting up the device. And for me, this looks like, it looks like a boot or not? Wait. Yeah, it looks like a boot, but it looks like nothing appears on the screen. Wait a short time. No, this looks like the view. Okay, we take the housing of the board. Of the device, and we do it in another way. We do it like that. Okay. We do it like that. And we do it like that, and now we just need a connected power supply or battery, and we need a cable. So now we need some power. And we need something like 3U. We have no recognition. No, and again, taking out this. And what about, I don't know much about the bottom board. So let's see what is when I take only the top layer board. Only top layer. Connect it. And it goes straight to the view. Okay, so we should have a recognition of the PC if we connect this and this. Yes, we have a recognition, and this looks good. So, okay. So the top layer is pretty okay. We take, do we have another bottom layer for a test run here? This looks like a bottom layer board. Because it was a water damage before, and I don't know much about that phone, just that somebody tried to repair it, okay? So we take another bottom layer. Oh, it's a Qualcomm bottom layer. I need an Intel bottom layer. Do I have something like that here? Do we have a working Intel bottom layer here? Or do I have to separate something? Here not. Looks bad. Looks bad, guys. So we can't finish. What about that? I don't know if it's working, but we can give it a test. We can give that a test. Here is my test flex cable. We can give that a test run. Come on over here. This is okay. And before I connect anything now, it's just like having a look for a boot. And wait. Looks good. Looks like a boot. Okay. I think it's just another bottom layer problem, so we don't have to swap the bottom layer because it's only about data. It's only about data, but I want to show you that my CPU works. So, and now it looks like a boot, and we are missing the Apple at the moment. Perhaps we have a bad screen too, because this is a boot 100%, okay? This is a boot. The numbers are a boot. Perhaps we got a screen issue. Andy, do you have a... Oh, sorry. I tried this screen. Perhaps it works because this was a screen out of another water damage. So the other bottom board isn't working. That's 100% safe because the numbers are not the right ones. But I have to check. Do we have a... So this is a no image problem, and I will fix that now too, because CPU is well connected. Let's have a look. We renewed the FPC here. Perhaps something isn't connected like it should. This side looks pretty okay. This side looks pretty okay too. What about the PP-GPU coils? Oh, I take you to the microscope. Coils look good here. CPU is well connected. Okay. Just one other thing which I can do here. But they all look very well connected. That's all good. That's all pretty okay. I just resoldered that one time, but all connected perfect. No bad solder here. Was all perfect. Good morning. Was all perfect here. Just one time cleaning. but perhaps before it was a problem with the FPC. You saw, perhaps we have to take the readings and some parts around could be blown up. We will check that. So, just again, one test run. David, hast du ein iPhone X Display zum Test für mich gerade? Ich probiere noch einmal das hier. Just wait, I'll test this one again. Nee, ist gut. Ist gut. Ja, ist gut. So it's 100% a boot. It's a boot and we don't have image, okay? So let's check the readings in a second. I just want to test this screen again, but I'm pretty sure we have a board problem. And it's caused by which happened before to the board. So this goes up. So waiting for the next stage. 649. It's okay. Go up now. Yeah, this is a boot 100%. So it's all about just taking the connector readings and finding the error because of no image. Okay, we take a multimeter, multimeter measurement device, iPhone series, iPhone X Intel, and we check the image lines. Here we are. I just want to take it in the same direction like it is here. Okay. Ground, it's okay. So we should have about 300 here. We have 300 here. We have, or do we have? Yes, we have. Then we have a ground. 300 is okay. 300 okay. Ground. 300. 300. Ground. NC. 600. It's okay. Here we got an open line. It's okay. Then 400. 600. 200. Okay. 300. Okay. 300. Okay. 300. Okay. Open line. 600. Okay. And C. Next one 600 and C. Next one 400 and C. Next one 400. Then we have two crowns. Then we have 300. It's okay. Then we have 300. It's okay. Then we have a crown. Then we have 300. Okay. And we have 300. Okay. So the readings are good. The readings are good. The readings are good, but we don't have an image. So let's check the PPGPU value. On the board. add one of these capacitors. Yeah. It's near to ground, but that's pretty okay. So now it's like, David, can you please give me another test screen? Or Andy, do you have an iPhone X test screen? Perhaps we really have two bad screens here. I'm not thinking like this, but it could be. Dankeschön, vielen Dank. Der funktioniert auch? Okay, cool. Okay, now it's connecting the phone to the PC. Connecting the screen. Connecting power. Screen again. And connecting to the PC. And turning on power. Waiting. And here we are. It was really, it was two bad screens. And I thought, what the fuck? What the fuck? Two bad screens within that video. And I always remember, take a third screen if you are working on a shit like this, because I really thought it's a board problem, okay? So I just take it like that, because I don't know if there are any important private pictures on this phone. And then, or on the lock screen of this phone, I'm pretty sure that on the phone there are important pictures or things like that, but I don't know if there are at the lock screen. So we have an Apple still booting, just waiting. All looks good, all looks nice. Just here the Apple, but not a problem. So we switch the bottom board. It can be possible that we have to do an update, but we can go to the important data of this phone, and this is pretty nice, I think. So I will end up the video. We try to boot it. If it doesn't boot, it's just about an update, because we switched the bottom board. This is the original bottom board, and here in this phone we just have another bottom board, because with this bottom board we didn't have a boot. So you saw within that video that we had, oh yeah, here we are. So it's just, I don't have connected a touch like you see, but it will work fine. So we just have to recover the data now, and that's pretty nice. iPhone X, after prior repair attempt, we have a fucked up bottom board, we had a disconnected CPU, and we had two ripped FPCs on the top layer board. I hope you liked the video. We hadn't a video like this for a long time. I just turn it off and on again, so you can see that it works and it isn't any problem. It was only the screen at the end. So I hope you liked the video, and if you want to see more videos like that, it's really important for me that you subscribe the channel, hit the bell. And yeah, if you would like to have a repair management system which is amazing, go to fixdesk.de. The English version will be available at the middle of this month. And by the way, if you are a technician and working at the smartphone repair industry, you need the ICC Pro. Go get it at iccpro.de, Union Repair, Mobile Centrics, or a lot of other resellers. I'm out, and we see us with the next one. I would be very happy to see you at our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany, but please answer the questions, otherwise we can't accept you. I'm out. Peace and have a nice day. We see us with the next. Boom!